What's up, guys? It's Duke here from SportsGamers.com, and we got a great, very unique Madden 20 tip for you guys today. I'm going to break down my favorite blitz in the game that is actually from a defense you would not even think we would be blitzing from. This is a very unique blitzing tactic that is going to lock up a ton of offenses out there. It's very difficult to block. It brings a lot of heat, but the best thing is, this blitz I'm about to show you is actually from my favorite coverage in the game. It is from cover 4 palms. I've shown you guys how to play cover 4 palms a lot on this channel against a lot of the meta offenses out there, and just play a standard 3 to 4 man rush to lock up a lot of routes. Well, I'm about to show you guys an unblockable blitz you can use from cover 4 palms to mix in with your coverage that's gonna really confuse the offense and it's gonna improve your defense tenfold. So before we get into it, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button in the corner of the video and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss out when our tips go live. We upload videos every day with content you will not find anywhere else. Now, guys, if you're really rocking with me, man, smash that like button. And for more great Madden 20 content, head over to sportsgamers.com. If you want some premium tips and ebooks, it's the only place to be. So when I'm blitzing from cover 4 palms, I like to use nickel normal. Nickel normal's version of cover 4 palms is better to blitz from than the big nickel over G, and I like using it with auto flip on. So you could find this in any playbook that has nickel normal. Obviously, it's going to have cover 4 palms. I'm in the Jets, but there's plenty of other examples out there. So I want to look at a few different examples of this. I'll start with bunch because, bunch is a great formation to run palms against. Now, like I said, I do have auto flip on. I want to explain why. With auto flip on, especially against formations like bunch, split close, trips, etc., it's very important to have your nickel back on the side of the screen where the multiple receivers are. So like bunch, the 3 receiver side, trips, it would be the trip side, obviously. Split close will be the 2 receiver side. That's very important for 2 reasons. A, if we want to play coverage, he needs to be over there for coverage purposes. But B, if we want to blitz, he obviously needs to be over there for blitzing purposes. So I'm going to show you the blitz setup now, and then I'm going to show you guys how you can mix in the blitz setup with the coverage defense to really, really make this tick. So what I like to do when I'm blitzing or playing coverage, but specifically for the blitz, is I hit LB on Xbox or L1 on PlayStation, and then down on the left analog stick to pinch the whole defense. This is going to do 2 things. A few different things, actually. It's going to pinch your D-line and your linebackers, but then it's also going to bring the DBs up like as if to press. Now, past that, guys, to send the heat, you're going to want to crash your D-line down, blitz your linebackers, and then blitz the slot corner. And you can do all this on your quick adjustments to crash your D-line down. It's very easy. You just hit left on the D-pad and then down on the right analog stick. It's going to, I guess technically it says slant inside. I say crash down, but it's slant inside. And then you're going to hit to the right on the D-pad and then down on the right analog stick to blitz all the linebackers. And then just to blitz your slot corner, you just hit YY if you're on Xbox, or triangle, triangle. If you're on PlayStation, player's icon, which is LB, and down on the right analog stick, and it blitzes him. Now, the last thing you want to do is to contain. And we're going to go ahead and hit LB or L1 if you're on PlayStation, LB for Xbox, and RB to QB contain. That'd be R1 on PlayStation. So this is a blitz that's going to scream. It's going to get by max protect. It's going to get by just the running back. It's going to come in. And what I like to do is I like to take my user and kind of just stand over this guy right here. And I like to go ahead and touch up on this tackle. Now, I only do this if they max protect. If I see that there's other guys going out on routes like there is here, I don't actually do that. I'll just drop back over the middle in coverage because I know that I don't even need to do that. But the reason why I really like this blitz is because it's one of the few blitzes in the game that you can actually blitz 7, but guys, we still have 4 quarter zones that have matching principles. So even with blitzing 7, I still do have zones that are going to take away corner routes completely to the strong side of the field. I have a zone that's going to basically press and match up on this guy right here. And I still have matching principles, and I can control the weak side quarter zone that generally does not play that well and basically use him as my free defender to roam. Now, the reason why this is so good is that, as you guys can see here, yes, this is definitely going to scream. For sure, this screams, but more than that, it's that we still are able to cover corner routes. So, like, let's say that they max protect, right? Watch how this corner route is going to get boxed. So I'm going to do the same exact setup. And again, you guys might say, oh, that takes forever. I just set it up in like less than 2 seconds. So if you guys get good on the adjustments, I promise you guys, you can set this up super, super fast. Now, when you max protect, as long as you stand over this guy right here and engage, it's still going to come free. But what I really want you guys to look at is notice how this corner route still gets completely boxed because our matching principles are still going to be applied. Look at how that guy is boxed, and I only have to cover the middle because the corner route is taken away because the whole reason why I love cover 4 palms is that it's one of the only really defenses, one of the few defenses in the game to where it can take these bunch tight, basically the strong side corner routes, and you don't even have to worry about them because you guys can see here, he is matching on it because again, just because we're blitzing, we still have all of our quarter zones have their same responsibility that they normally would, and he's going to take that away. Same thing over here. This guy's going to basically match that lone receiver. So, and then obviously we have the safety. But in this case, really what my job is to watch the free receiver. Now, I will say, guys, in a formation like this with a spread out, with one of the receivers spread out like bunch, obviously you guys can see we're getting that jam animation on the outside. So if you want to get around that, what you can do is you can actually just playmaker him into a original quarter zone, and he's not going to try to jam that guy. Therefore, you don't have to worry about him pressing the lone receiver and getting beat over the top. A regular quarter zone that is not a match principle is pretty much never going to beat over the top unless there's just a drastic speed difference, guys. Now, that is key to note. All right, guys, so you can see how effective this blitz is, and it still has the match principles to take away corner routes. I want you guys to see truly how good this can really be. So we've shown you an unblockable blitz that still has the matching principles to take away corner routes, but what really takes us to the next level is knowing when to blitz and knowing when to drop back in coverage. So, guys, I've already shown you in other videos how this, cover 4 palms is so effective, but I've shown it to you against formations where they're sending 4 and 5 out on routes. Imagine how effective cover 4 palms will be when there literally is only 3, maybe 2 people going out on routes. Because when you show this heat, they're going to max protect. They're going to do all that. And we can still scream out max protect. But the thing about this game is, guys, we always want to make this a chess match to where our opponent does not know what to expect. So what I really love to do after sending this blitz once or twice to show them we got it is to literally just pinch my defense, come down with the safety, and stand over the tackle like I would on the blitz, and then spy my D-tackle on the left. This right here is going to give me a 3-man rush. And against max protect, they're going to have lots of problems finding stuff open. Now, I've already shown you guys in a separate video how, and I will link it. I will link my cover 4 palms coverage videos in I'll pin it as a comment so you guys can check them out because I don't want to make this video super long. But there's different adjustments you can make to make this coverage way safer. For instance, you can put the both of the safeties in the deep halves so that, a lot of the standard bomb plays you don't have to worry about. And obviously, I'm using this guy, so if I saw something that I would need to go guard on the left side of the field, that'd be me. But I can put that guy on the right into a deep half and not really have to worry about that side of the field. But I will tell you guys, as soon as you see the max protect mix in rushing 3 like this, and they're going to be in trouble because as you guys can see here, nobody is even close to open. It's very difficult to beat cover 4 palms as is, sending 4 and 5 guys out. But as soon as you start max protecting, it's a wrap. As you guys can see here, as long as I would recommend always running this defense with at least 1, maybe 2 pass rush abilities on your D-line. The Cowboys got a decent line. They got Lawrence, but other than that, it's not that great. You guys can see here, obviously, we're able to get that quick pressure. Nobody's open. And as the user, you just really have to worry about stuff coming over the middle, especially if you see a bomb setup that's going to happen on this side of the field, like the left. Maybe something's coming across from the right to the left that would bomb your defense. You're going to need to look for that. But we know we don't have to worry about corner routes on the right. We know that we don't have to worry about bombs over there too because, we deep half that safety. We know that the left guy is going to get matched. So, the other thing is if they streak him and you see him just beat the press, hopefully you have a fast enough DB in that spot that you can just run back and pick it yourself. So I would definitely make sure your safeties are your fastest guys because you will use them. Now, one thing about having this auto flip on that's very important is because people will flip their formations. They'll come out in different formations, sometimes flip them, sometimes not. So, you need to be on the lookout for that. So let's say they try to come out a bunch flipped. That's why auto flip on is huge. So again, it's cover 4 palms, nickel normal. And we're going to see that, look, now our nickel back is lined up opposite the running back on the bunch side. Again, this is important for 2 reasons. The coverage needs to be over there for improved coverage. And also, we need to make sure when we want to blitz, this blitz is most effective when we're blitzing the nickel back opposite the running back. So that's why auto flip on is huge. So now I can set up my defense the same exact way. And, again, I always control that weak side safety. So this time, since the bunch is on the left of the screen, I'll control this right side safety. So this is, again, the mind games. Last time we just dropped back in coverage, they max protected, and it was just a coverage sack because nothing's open. Well, maybe this time they're like, okay, clearly, they're mixing it up. Maybe I'll just block the running back and hope for the best. Coverage. This time we're going to blitz, so maybe they just block the running back, and then it's just basically an insta sack. I cover over the middle, and they have no shot, guys. This defense is legit. It's why I've loved nickel this whole year. I feel like I've been one of the few people that's loved nickel this year, and I really don't know why, because it's one of the most versatile defenses in the game that can allow you to mix in coverage and the blitz. All right, guys, so I want to also show this an example against a trips formation. Like I said, this is something that you can utilize against many types of formations. It could be trips, bunch, tight, split close, whatever. But palms in general is definitely something that I like to use against people who run a lot of corner routes, more the meta type stuff. So let's take a look at a trips, and then I will show also a tight, just so you can kind of see how we would look against a few different formations. So, trips is also a pretty common formation people will run. And cover 4 palms, honestly, like I said, is a more risky coverage against trips tight end, I would say, than bunch. But you can still definitely utilize it the same way by pinching your defense. You can slide this corner in, and you can blitz him. Now, again, guys, you got to know that, kind of what you're going up against. In trips tight end, they can't block this blitz the same way. It's just not really possible. But they would have to motion block to block this. So you can send this heat against trips tight end, and you'll definitely confuse them. But what I like to do more than anything when I'm playing palms against trips tight end is I actually just basically like to turn this into this deep half, and fake the blitz, because when I play with these 2 deep halves, I know that they're going to make sure that they take away a lot of the bombs that are possible, and I'll still get my matching principles from the quarter flats and the outside quarters, and then I can just control the 3 rec and kind of play over the middle of the field, act like I'm going to blitz, but really not. Now, again, they're probably, when they see that nickel back in there expecting the blitz, so they're probably likely to try to do something to where, they have, some sort of blocking, whether it be the running back or the tight end. But either way, as you guys can see, I'm able to use the same matching principles to take away, a lot of the crossers and corners and things of that nature, and kind of just play over the middle myself, because I know that with those deep halves, I don't really have to worry about, the common bomb stuff. Now, one thing I would watch is kind of a seam streak or a deep post over the middle of the field. Basically anything in the middle here, that's me to kind of carry until it gets to the safeties. There really wasn't any of that here, which is why I just kind of played on this route over the middle. But just know that if you do see a seam streak, when you use that coverage, that would be your responsibility. Now, getting into a tight formation before we end the video, tight HP weak, tight doubles, both of those are really good formations. Actually, this zig under is one of my favorite plays in the game. We're going to take a look at, again, this cover 4 palms. Again, remember, auto flip is on. So you guys can see here with the trips, we had the nickel back on the trip side. Against bunchers on the bunch side, tight, it's going to be on the 2 receiver side opposite the running back. Now, anytime you see these compressed formations, that definitely makes it way easier in my mind to bring that crazy heat, because you no longer have to worry about it being spread out as much as trips. So you can definitely bring that blitz a little bit more often. And again, we're going to control that weak side safety anytime we bring the blitz and bring him up. And when I say weak side safety, I see that the running back and tight end are on the right side of the screen. So I pretty much know if they're going to block, extra blocking's coming from the right side. So that gives me a lot more, I'm a lot more comfortable playing on this guy, knowing that, if anyone goes out on a route between these two guys that I have to play, I can just kind of like watch it myself. But if they don't, my responsibility then is kind of just to free roam. But like here, I'm gonna put the tight end on the streak just to kind of show you what I meant by like a route over the middle field being on you to pick. See how I have to go ahead and watch that? Because I know that because my zones are matching a lot of these quarter zones, like I said, the quarter zones are definitely still have my matching principles. I know that if that tight end is to go up the middle, that's going to be something I have to watch because, look, you'll see that everyone else is basically matched right here. Like the post is getting matched. These zigs are getting matched. So, like, I have to guard that tight end. And this is still going to give you extreme pressure, as you guys can see here. I mean, I got 2 free, and obviously the running back can't block both. So, when you blitz 7 that the only chance they really have is a max protect plus motion block. Because, guys, even if they know how to slide protect and ID the mic, when you put yourself on a blitz angle and engage that old lineman, it's going to pretty much nullify their slide protection and ID and all that. So, basically, if they do max protect, free roam. But if they don't max protect and you see, like, the tight end going right down the middle on the seam, that's definitely something you have to watch. So, this defense does take a little bit of discipline to kind of know how to run it. Against different types of looks, whether they max protect or send people out on routes. But the fact that you can blitz heavy like this and scream and still have matching principles to take away corners, take away matchup on posts and all that, but then drop back in coverage with those 2 deep halves and just basically be safe and play all-out coverage, guys, it is priceless because they won't know when to max protect anymore. They won't know, oh, he's blitzing the crib, oh, he's playing coverage. They never know. So that's why I really, really like this. Now, I will say that I have even more great adjustments from this defense. This is just one way I like to run this defense. If you guys want to see another screamer / coverage adjustment I run from nickel normal, drop 300 likes on this video and it's going to come out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tip.